Hello, hello. Is that too loud?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasps Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Guild Mortgage, Dairy King, CarQuest Auto Parts, Physical at the Fit Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point S, Dorius Dental, and Bank of Utah.
Baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base.
Who?
The guy playing
Who
first.
is on first?
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasp Baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good afternoon and welcome to the ballpark. Tyler Barrett here with Tyler Moss live from Wasatch High School as Wasatch is set to take on the Pleasant Grove Vikings on their second game of the two-game series that actually started before spring break. Both teams high in the standings, Ty, when it looks at the region standings. Pleasant Grove coming off a two-game sweep of the number one team in 5A in Spanish Fork, looking to get revenge against Wasatch, where Wasatch was able to get the win in game one. And excited for this one. This is your Dairy King pregame show. Dairy King has been serving you since 1946 and our winners of Best in State for over 21 years. Ty, what do we have to look forward to tonight as Wasatch takes on the Pleasant Grove Vikings?
Well, it's a Pleasant Grove team that's gotten hot, as you pointed out, Tyler. When Wasatch caught them the first time, they were in their worst slide of the season. They ended up losing 5 in a row over that stretch. But since that time, they've figured it out, Tyler. 3 straight wins, pretty good ones, as well as you pointed out. Anytime you sweep the number one team in the state and the defending champion, Tyler, that's noticeable here. And it looks like they've caught a little momentum over here. Wasatch, though, playing well, too, Tyler. Undefeated in region play, 3-0. And so this, frankly, to put it up front, Tyler, this is a battle kind of for the top of the region standings right now. There's a couple teams right now jockeying for that head position here as we get underway in the first part of region play. And the winner of this one should be in a really nice spot. Spanish Fork already a couple losses. Wasatch has knocked off Pleasant Grove and Timpview a couple times. Right? I mean, this is a big game as far as getting the head position as far as leading in region play.
Game preview brought to you by Smiles by Design, formerly known as Dorius Dental, offers no surprises of dental treatment. Learn more at smilesbydesign.com. It's time for our Mountain Refined First Pitch. They aim to share knowledge and expertise that help you transform your home into a warm and inviting home. Ty, take us around the diamond for our defensive starter today for the Wasps.
Yeah, going to get a little bit of a different look here, Tyler. First ball right in play.
Trevin Tan's going to field it with the backhand and dives to first base in time. And how about that, Ty? Trevin Tan getting his first start at first base, and he makes a heck of a play right off the bat to get the first out of the game.
Oh, man, baptism by fire. Notice you're going to see a few changes. That's one of the two that you're going to see, Tyler. Royal Matthews has moved over to third base. Tatton getting the start at first base, and what an announcement to come onto the scene for Tatton. That's a potential play of the year there. We talked a few times, Tyler, about this kid, Tatton, over there at first base, that he's really been kind of the unfair odd man out there for a moment, Tyler, where he's got a lot of ability. He can certainly produce here. He's going to get his opportunity and make good on it here. Royal Matthews at third base, Tatton at first. Tyler Sweat's going to be behind the dish, Fowler at short, and Salmon at second base. In the outfield, it'll be a familiar look. Eddie Bluth in left, Austin Brown in center, and then Max Livingston back in right field for today's game.
Defensive starters brought to you by Bonnie Joseph Academy. Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy in Heber. Visit them at bonniejosephacademy.edu. Second batter will be Vake Wolfgram, sophomore. 333 batting average on the season, 9 RBIs, a double and 2 triples. One the count here to Wolfgram. Second pitch from Becker misses off the plate for ball 2. Steps in on the left-hand side of the batter's box. Clement, also a lefty, is the leadoff guy, so back-to-back lefties for Pleasant Grove to get things started. Another fastball. That one's going to be rolled towards the first base side. Tatton tries to field it in fair territory. Will not get there in time. And that'll be the second strike of the at-bat. Mentioned Tatton getting the start in the lineup today. Wasatch kind of trying some different guys, giving different guys opportunities. And it's Tatton's turn over at first base. Royal moving over to third. Playing even with the bag is Royal at third. Wasatch shifting a little bit over to the right side of the field, but respecting Wolfgram's speed with the bunt on the left-hand side. 2-2, swings over the top of it for the first Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game. Gravity Coalition offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shot.
Well, this is a great start for Becker, Tyler. When Livingston got the win against this Pleasant Grove team, Tyler, he was effective and around the zone for the majority of the game and forced them to put the ball in play. On the flip side, Pleasant Grove was not good on the mound, Tyler. 9 walks in that game for the Vikings against Wasatch. Wasatch was able to score 8 runs over the course of that game and got the 8-3 win. So the name of the game here early on for Wasatch and Becker is just be in the zone. Make sure you're throwing strikes and make them beat you with hits.
Pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off. 1-1 count to the right fielder, Connor Ibarra, a junior, hitting .400 on the season, 18 hits and 10 RBIs, including 5 extra base hits and 1 home run for the junior. Becker working exclusively out of the stretch, delivers the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Wasatch playing Ibarra head up in the field, playing a little bit shallow, a little bit deeper than they did against Timpview on Monday. Pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off down the left side this time. 2-2 now the count.
Brevin's got him off balance here, Tyler. That swing was an aggressive one, but nowhere near being on time with that ball. Let's see what he can mix in here with a couple strikes on him.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the righty. Becker again into the stretch, delivers the 2-2, gets him to swing at a pitch out of the zone for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Becker. 3 up, 3 down. Wasatch will head into the bottom of the first, 0-0.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
Hungry for mouth-watering, all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first action brought to you by Country Gardens and Nursery, Heber's only locally owned and operated plant nursery. They have everything you need for your garden. Don't forget to stop by your indoor plant and decor shop as well. Wasatch will have the following lineup for them tonight. Actually, Ty, throw it over to you for Wasatch's batting order.
Well, Ty, you already hit on Jack Salmon going to go first for the Was, and then Austin Brown will be hitting in the 2-hole here for Wasatch. Royal Matthews leading the team in hits and batting average, hitting 3rd. Braxton Fowler will hit in the cleanup spot at number 4. And all 4 of those guys, Tyler, have been really hot here to start the season for Wasatch. 5 will be Trevin Tatton. 6 will be Eddie Bluth. 7, Baxter, Otis Sweat hitting in the 8-hole, and then Max Livingston hitting in the 9 spot.
On the mound for Pleasant Grove will be Huntsman. Take a peek at Huntsman's stats on the season as he goes 2-0. Good fastball here for Huntsman. Huntsman on the season, a 2.33 ERA, has thrown 12 innings, 21 strikeouts in those 12 innings. But Salmon's going to get a hold of that one. He's going to hammer it to left field. It's going to go hard off the chest. Salmons will stay at first base, but a good single for Salmon to get things started.
Yeah, that ball was ripped, Tyler. Good swing. Calm, patient hands, staying up the middle, and come out of the box hard. As you mentioned, that thing pinballing in the outfield went off the chest of the outfielder. If you come out hard, you may find yourself standing on second base on a bobble.
Wasatch 10-4 on the season coming into this one. Austin Brown will step into the box. 378 on the season, 15 RBIs, 10 extra base hits, 4 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs. In region play, tie 4 for 8, 2 RBIs, and 6 walks. He'll take ball 1. Huntsman comes set, working out of the stretch. And a big swing and a miss, strike 1. One ball, one strike, nobody out here in the bottom half of the first. Wasatch retired the side in order, 1, 2, 3 to get things started in the top half of the first. The 1-1 to Brown, that one misses high, and that'll move the count to 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go off speed there, Tyler, but that thing was doomed from the beginning. Not a good release out of the hand, way up in the zone. Never had a chance.
Wasatch a good fastball hitting team. Not able to land the off speed. Wasatch should be able to get on time. The 2-1 is actually going to go off the foot of Brown, and Wasatch has the first 2 guys on.
Well, it's another good start here, Tyler. This is how they took advantage of Pleasant Grove down there at the Vikings' home territory. Felt like they caught him off guard a little bit, Tyler, with extra energy, finding their way on base any way they could, and took advantage of some wild pitching.
Pleasant Grove with 6-2 win on Tuesday over Spanish Fork, and a 7-1 victory on Monday over Spanish Fork. And you mentioned Ty struggled down in St. George the week before. We're able to get back on track and get back-to-back wins. Here, Wasatch threatening in the bottom half of the first. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Royal Matthews at the plate. He'll take ball 1. Matthews on the season, .452, leads the team with 19 hits and batting average, also 11 RBIs. Has 4 RBIs in region play. 1-look delivery, swung on, and that's going to be a base knock over the third baseman's head. Salmon's going to try to score from second. Left fielder gets over to it, gets it in quickly, but not quick enough. Wasatch takes the 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Royal Matthews.
A good piece of hitting there, Tyler. Said it before with Royal. Feel like we're saying it every time he comes to the plate. But that's just such a good disciplined piece of hitting. Early on, he's just seeing the pitch for where it's at. That one on the outer half of the zone. And he drives it the other way, Tyler. Gets some good tailing action down the line. It's a good defensive play from Pleasant Grove to hold that to just 1 run and not let the runners advance.
Bring up Braxton Fallertight in region play, 7 of 11 in the box, 6 RBIs, a double. He's been good, and he's going to be right on that one. Fouls it straight back for strike 1. .419 on the season, 17 RBIs and 18 hits.
Yeah, it's a fastball up in the zone, Tyler, that Braxton just missed there. Huntsman's going to want to start getting those pitches down by about a foot if he wants to stay out of trouble.
That pitch misses outside. So still nobody out. Runner still on first and second for Wasatch, who have already taken the 1-0 lead here against the Vikings.
A little different defensive look. Pleasant Grove made a lot of moves in that first game, Tyler. A lot of pitching changes. But their shortstop for the majority of the game was Nordic, who they've got over at third base starting here today. And then have decided to go Dagobek at shortstop. Both those guys had a chance to throw as well in that game against Wasatch in the first one. But an interesting move there. Nordic, the BYU commit.
But Braxton's going to go to the bunt. It's a good one down the third base side. Thinks about third base, shifts it, makes a nice play at first base, does the pitcher. And Wasatch is able to move the runners over to second and third with 1 out.
Yeah, that was just good enough from Braxton. He did a really nice job of getting that thing down the line, and the third baseman was in between. Tyler, he got caught in between, wondering if he had to come charge that or not. The pitcher called him off, and the third baseman was trying to hustle back, but there was just enough chaos and a good jump from Austin that they had to give up on the lead out and turn and go to first base.
Pleasant Grove's going to bring their infield in with 1 out. It's going to bring up Trevin Tatton. Only 2 at-bats on the season for Tatton. He's 1 for 2 in those at-bats, and he's got a 2 RBI opportunity here hitting in the 5 spot.
Yeah, got a hit in his last at-bat at Timpview, Tyler, on Tuesday. Hit it right through the third baseman and the shortstop.
Huntsman comes set, still working out of the stretch with runners on second and third. Big lead on second base. That one's inside as well. 2-0 now the count. With the infield playing in, Royal able to get a really good lead at second. Brown at third. 2 hits on the day already for Wasatch and 1 hit by pitch, sacrifice bunt, and that's where we stand with a 1-0 lead for Wasatch. Huntsman comes set, delivers, and misses inside again. 3-0 now the count here to Tatton. On deck is Eddie Bluth, hitting in the 6th spot in the game today. Tatton also a lefty hitting on the lefty side, so 3 out of the first 5 hitters for Wasatch hitting on the left-hand side. That one in there for a strike, moves the count to 3-1. Infield still playing in, outfield playing a little deep here. The 3-1. And that one gets the outside corner. Pretty good take there, though, from Tatton, and a really nice pitch from Huntsman. And that'll fill up the count at 3-2. Trevin, only a sophomore, joins Austin Brown in the lineup as sophomores. The payoff pitch. Swung on. Barity gets a piece of it. Bounces out of the glove of the catcher, so he'll stay alive, and we'll have a reset of the count at 3-2.
Yeah, Ty, I think Royal getting a pretty good peek, trying to signal in these pitches to Trevin. Royal on second base getting his lead over here. Wolfgram just came out to have a little talk with Huntsman on that one.
And Clement at second base is barking out something as well, pointing at Royal. 3-2 the count. Taking a little bit longer. And they're going to have to use that one trip in order to switch up the pitches there.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good from Royal because they have changed those rules, right? Although still don't think there's any actual punishment if anyone breaks the rules, right, Tyler? They're just not supposed to have multiple mound visits during the inning. So this will count for that mound visit for Pleasant Grove. And Royal had their attention out there. Ty did a little digging on this Pleasant Grove team preparing for this game. You mentioned they got 2 wins against Spanish Fork this week, and they did it on the arms of their 2 best pitchers. Henry got the start in the first game. He's their Arizona State commit. Tyler struck out 12 guys, ran out of pitches. He went 6.2 innings pitched, and then they had to come in relief and get one more out without him. But he kind of led them to victory. And then Nordic one-upped him in the next game, the third baseman here for Pleasant Grove.
Pitch is going to be swung on. A nice play by the first baseman, but he had to dive, so he's not going to be able to get the runner at home. And another run comes in for Wasatch, and a good at-bat there from Tatton. Wasatch takes the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, everything about that right there was good baseball, Tyler. That's a good job from Trevin to battle, go 7 pitches deep, get a ball in play. Henry has to make a good play. He gets the out, but Trevin gets the job done and drives in a run.
Well, and a good job for Wasatch executing. Follard bunts him over. Without the bunt, Wasatch not in that position to get the run there. It's going to bring up Eddie Bluth. He'll take strike 1 on the inside corner.
Yeah, and just to finish that thought, Tyler, after Henry struck out 12 against Spanish Fork and gave up 4 hits, Nordic came in, went 6 innings and struck out 15 and only gave up 2 hits in that game. So they've burned through their 2 best arms.
Bluth's going to elevate this one to shallow left field. Tough play. It's in foul territory. The left fielder will come over and settle underneath and make the play. And Wasatch is retired. 2 runs come in on 2 hits, no errors. 1 is left on base, and Wasatch takes the 2-0 lead into the second.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden, as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Check out the Fit Stop.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the second brought to you by Robars Collision and Repair, a customer satisfaction rating at 98.7%, one of the highest in the industry. Keaton Nordic, third baseman, will be up for Pleasant Grove to lead it off, followed by Degelbeck and Henry. Nordic on the season, hitting .325, has 13 hits, 9 RBIs, and 4 doubles for the Vikings. He'll take ball one. Becker continuing to work out of the stretch. Leg kick delivery, and does he get the outside corner? No, 2-0 the count. Hitters count here for Nordic, the 2-0. That one misses everything into the opposite batter's box. 3-0 the count.
That's a lot of respect for Nordic there, Tyler, going with the breaking pitch 2-0 to start off the inning. Last thing you want to do is walk a guy to lead off the inning. But I think Wasatch has a lot of respect for what Nordic can do at the plate.
The 3-0, and that one's going to miss inside. So a 4-pitch walk will put Nordic on base. First base runner of the game for the Vikings comes here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Tobin Degelbeck. Degelbeck on the season, the sophomore, 333 batting average, 8 RBIs, 5 extra base hits, including 1 home run for the sophomore. Wasatch wearing black top, white bottom, white cap. Pleasant Grove in their all gray uniforms and blue cap today. First pitch of the at-bat's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Degelbeck.
Nordic not a huge run threat, Tyler, but he will take off every once in a while. 2 stolen bases on the year for Nordic. That's where most of these Pleasant Grove players live, except for Wolfram, the catcher. Tyler, he's got 12 swipes on the season.
0-1. Pretty good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Doesn't get the call. Don't know if it was outside or low from our angle, but 1-1 now to count. Wasatch shifted slightly to the left side of the field here with Degelbeck up. He's going to swing at this one off the end of the bat, foul for strike 2.
Well, Brevin was good in that first inning when he got to 2 strikes of mixing up pitches and keeping these hitters off balance. 2 punch outs in the first inning. Did it on the outer half with some off-speed pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Becker comes set. Nordic takes another step over at first. Not a big lead. The 1-2 misses outside for ball 2. Still nobody out here in the top of the first. Leadoff guy on with a 4-pitch walk. And now a 2-2 count here to Degelbeck. Degelbeck will come set. Nordic takes another half step over there at first base. The pitch goes with the off speed, and that'll be fouled off into foul territory. Keep the count at 2-2. Some signs from the third base coach here from Pleasant Grove. Ready to get back after it. Becker comes set. Slide step delivery this time. Goes back inside. That one's elevated foul again, and will keep the count at 2-2. Masters in full swing, Ty. Been following along with it.
Yeah, still early on here, Tyler, but
swing and a miss, making strikeout number 3. He goes up a little bit in the zone and gets it by him. 3 Gravity Coalition strikeouts now for Brevin Becker. Wasatch has the first out here in the top of the second.
Yeah, look out, Tyler, because Becker's got really live stuff, and when he starts getting confidence to go with that arm, he's going to be a real weapon for Wasatch on the mound. You can kind of see confidence growing, but this is a feast or famine man here for Pleasant Grove. In Henry, hit a monster home run in their first at-bat against Wasatch, but didn't do much outside of that. He's a big swing, try to hit it out of the park kid.
Max Preps has him for 2 home runs on the season, but only 7 hits total, hitting below 200 on the season.
He's not really a great hitter, Tyler. He is a powerful hitter. If he gets the pitch he's looking for, he can drive it a long ways. But he doesn't do a whole lot for you otherwise.
Rare no-win day here at Wasatch High School. Don't get this very often. Beautiful day. The 0-1, make it 0-2. Fouls off the first pitch, swing and a miss on the second one. 0-2 now the count here to Henry. Still no action on the first base side from Nordic. See if Pleasant Grove gets aggressive here with the 0-2 count.
Chess match here is interesting, I think, Tyler. He wants to get his hands out and pull the ball. See if Brevin tries to get something soft on the outer half.
Slide step delivery. Went upstairs, probably the exact same spot he just got Dagelbeck on. Henry lays off of it and moves the count to 1-2.
I like that pitch because Henry's a pretty tall kid. He's also close to the edge of the box near home plate, and he's hunched over it. And if you can hit that high inside spot, that's a hard pitch for him to get his hands through.
The 1-2. Nordic stays. That one's in the dirt. Otis does a great job of smothering it. Nordic will stay at first base. 2-2 now the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wasatch leading 2-0 here in the top half of the second after scoring 2 in the bottom of the first. The 2-2 goes back to the off speed. 4 strikeouts now for Brevin Becker.
Oh, yeah, Ty, he's got it rolling right now. See if he can work out of the jam. Inning didn't start well, had a 4-pitch walk, but he's bounced right back to punch out 2 of the better hitters here for Pleasant Grove.
It's going to bring up the pitcher, junior Ryder Huntsman, 205 on the season. 2 RBIs on the year. He'll step in on the right-handed side of the batter's box. That pitch goes inside for ball 1.
Remember how this game started, Tyler? A rocket shot on the first pitch to Tatton. Made a great diving grab to get the out.
Back inside for ball 2.
After that, it's been all Becker. He's taking care of everything on the mound himself right now.
4 out of the 5 outs coming by way of strikeout. But a 2-0 count here to Huntsman. Pitch. Again misses inside. That'll move the count to 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Wasatch playing even out in the outfield or out in the field. Playing deep out in left and center. 3-0. That one does get the inside corner. Moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike.
See him go after him here, Tyler. Don't need to give in. Challenge with that fastball.
The 3-1 and misses. And so that'll be the second walk of the inning and puts a runner in scoring position for the first time today. And I'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Damon Banks, playing left field today. Banks, a junior, 346 batting average on the season, including 5 RBIs and 4 doubles. He'll step in on the left-handed side of the batter's box.
Yeah, if you remember, too, Tyler, Pleasant Grove had an injury to their left fielder in that game down at PG, and Banks was the player who came in relief for that injured player.
Misses inside again. That moves the count to 1-0.
So it wasn't a regular starter at the beginning of the season, but due to injury, he's been thrust into the lineup.
Becker, slow delivery, swings at this one. It's going to be elevated to right field. Livingston calling everybody off, settles underneath it, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. It's still 2-0 as we move into the bottom of the second.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group, yeah, we do that.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at HeberAppliance.com.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. With over 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dumping equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and repairs, we've got you covered. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber City, Utah.
Bottom of the second, brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. 7-8-9 up for Wasatch, Baxter, Sweat, and Livingston. Baxter will take ball one, swing and miss for strike one. 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the second with Wasatch leading 2-0 over the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Baxter 341 on the season, 10 RBIs, 11 runs scored. He's 3 for 9 in region play. Another swing and a miss on the inside. Moves the count to 1-2. Taking a look at the RPI standings, came out this last week, and with that win over Spanish Fork, Pleasant Grove actually jumps Wasatch. And Wasatch actually fell. Check swing strike 3 to Baxter. That's the first strikeout of the game for Huntsman. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second. Wasatch came into the week in 6, but after getting 2 wins against Timpview with a little bit lower winning percentage, they dropped to number 7. Maple Mountain moves up to number 1. They're 13-2 on the season, as is Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork is sitting at 2. Olympus stays at 3 in the current standings. Pitch misses outside for ball 1 as Otis Sweat will step into the box. 350 batting average on the season, leads the team with 18 RBIs, including 14 hits. He's 3 for 6 in region play with 4 walks. And that pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 to count. Rounding out the top 5 is Pleasant Grove, who's moved all the way from 6 up to 4. Payson, also a Region 7 team, is in at 5 at 10-4. And then Salem Hills at 9-5 is at 7. Is at 6. And then Wasatch at 10-4. So out of those top 7 teams, 6 coming from Region 7. Olympus, the only team that's not from Region 7 in the top 7 teams. The 2-1, big swing and a miss, moves the count to 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Other teams in the region, Springville currently sitting at number 14. Timpview, after their back-to-back losses, have moved down to 20 in the RPI standings. The 2-2, this one's going to be swung on and elevated to center field. Good 2-out approach there from Otis Sweat. Simplified the swing, and he gets the 3rd hit of the day for Wasatch at the center fielder. And Wasatch has a guy on here in the bottom of the second. Livingston will now step up to the plate. 394 on the season, 4 extra base hits, including a home run. Hasn't had a lot of time in region play due to the back soreness that he had at the start of the week. Back into the lineup today after not being in the lineup against Timpview. Still looking for his first hit here in region play. Speed-up runner for Wasatch, I believe, is Easton Colby, who has shown off his speed this week, scoring a couple of times against Timpview. Back working out of the stretch is Huntsman. Misses off the plate for ball 1. Mentioned a little bit the region standings at this point in the season. Maple Mountain currently 4-0 and Wasatch 3-0 in their first 2 series. That one's back in there for a strike. So 1-1 the count to Livingston. Pleasant Grove 2-1, Spanish Fork 2-2, along with Salem Hills, who is 2-2. Payson 1-2, Timpview 0-4, and Springville 0-3. The 1-1 count here to Livingston. Longer pause this time from Huntsman, and that one must have missed low. It's similar pitch to what Brevin didn't get in the top half of the second. Both benches wanting that pitch. That'll move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Wolfgram, the catcher, thought he had that one as well. So 2-1 the count. Huntsman gets the sign. Easton bouncing around over first. He's going to go. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down to second is not in time, but I think they're going to call the batter out because Livingston stepped on the plate on the throw down, and so runner will have to return to first base, and Livingston is called out. That'll put 2 outs on the board. Tough break there for Wasatch. So on that swing, Livingston just on his follow-through, stepped over the bag, which gets into the way of catcher. So runner on first with 2 outs. And the runner again goes back to first base. Salmon led things off with a single and ended up scoring. He's now 5 for 12 in region play. He's going to swing at the first pitch, right back to the pitcher. Huntsman does a good job of stabbing it. He'll throw it to Henry at first base, and Wasatch is retired. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base here in the bottom of the second. We'll move into the third. Wasatch leading 2-0.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care. Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the third brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. You'll always find the best deals and expert service with your local Napa Auto Parts store. Stop by today. Number 9 hitter, then we'll go back up at the top of the order for the Vikings in the top half of the third, Wasatch leading 2-0. It's Talon Page. Will take ball 1, strike 1. Center fielder on the season, hitting .125, only 1 for 8, only 11 plate appearances on the year. Does have a double, his 1 hit. A senior. Off-speed pitch is high for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Another pitch Wasatch wanted, but above the zone on the curveball. The 2-1. That one swung on and fouled to the third base side. 4 strike 2, 2-2 now the count. Talked about the RPI on the boys baseball side of things. Boys soccer in an unfamiliar position, currently at number 14 in the RPI standings. 5-4 on the season. Your top 5 soccer teams in the RPI: Alta, Pleasant Grove, Olympus, Skyline, Bountiful. That pitch outside corner, too far outside, and that'll be ball 3. So 3-2 the count here to the leadoff hitter for Pleasant Grove in the top half of the third. Becker gets the sign, comes set, working out of the stretch, delivers the payoff, and misses low, and that's the second straight inning of a leadoff walk. Third walk of the day for Becker, who has not given up a hit yet, and that'll move us up to the top of the order. Nash Clement had a good barrel in his first at bat, a ground out to the first baseman that right now could be our play of the day. Backhand stab, and then ended up scrambling to first base to dive to get on first before Clement got down the line. Clement hitting on the left-hand side. On the season, the senior's hitting .386, 17 hits, 9 RBIs, 2 extra base hits. And Becker's going to miss outside for ball 1. One out the count. Clement looking down third base, gets some signs. Becker comes set. Delivers the 1-0. This one's going to be swung on. Hard ground ball to Salmon. Salmon flips it to Fowler to first. How about that? The 4-6-3 double play, and Wasatch clears the bases with a nice ground out double play to the Salmon, to Fowler, and over to Tatton. Now, both times, Clements hit the ball hard right at Wasatch guys, and back-to-back nice defensive plays. I think Coach Henry wants to have a chat with the umpire on whether or not Fowler was still on the bag, and in fact, the guy on second base is still standing there. Did they call him safe at second? Did I miss that? The umpires are going to chat things over to make sure Fowler was on the bag at second base. Coach McCoy hovering. He's ready to argue his case if they rule against this. As it stands right now, 2 outs here in the top half of the third. after the 4-6-3 double play. The delivery to Faller was high at second, but I thought Faller still had his foot on the bag. And they are going to call him out. So 4-6-3 double play stands, and that's going to move us to the number 2 hitter, Wolfgram. Sophomore, struck out in his first at bat. Pleasant Grove coach wanting a further explanation. So that's where pause in the action. Pauses in the action day brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607, and let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. 2 outs here in the top half of the third. Wasatch leading 2-0. Wolfgram will come up to the plate. Again, .333 on the season for the sophomore. 13 hits, 3 extra base hits. Becker continuing to work out of the stretch. The first pitch is going to be swung on. It's a high fly ball to left center. Eddie Bluth will come over and make the play. Another goose egg inning for Becker. No runs on, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Wasatch 2, Pleasant Grove 0 going into the bottom of the third.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
Teens report that parents are the #1 influence in their children's lives about decisions to not use alcohol, marijuana, or vape.
Take a few minutes every day to talk to us about things we like to do. Ask about our hopes and dreams, concerns, and fears. This is a time when we need our parents' help the most.
If we feel close to you, we are much more likely to listen. We need you to remind us to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch High School Thrive Club.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank. Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Bottom of the third, brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, a comprehensive community mental health center offering a wide array of programs and services for all individuals in Wasatch County. Wasatch will have 2-3-4 up here in the bottom of the third, leading 2-0. Brown hit by pitch in his first at bat and scored. He'll take strike one. Huntsman working out of the windup. Swung on and fouled off. 0-2 the count. Brown, a .378 hitter, as we said. 4 for 8 in region play. Also has 15 RBIs. 5 home runs already on the season. 4 doubles and 1 triple. The 0-2. That one misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Continuing with our RPI look, Wasatch Boys Lacrosse, 6-2 on the season, currently sitting at number 9 in the RPI standings. The 1-2, that one's going to be elevated to left center field. Not going to get to that one. Pick him up, put him down. Austin Brown rounding first. He's got another extra base hit. That is going to be double on the season. Number 5, 11 extra base hits for Brown, and Wasatch has a leadoff double to get things started here in the bottom of the third. Another great piece of two-strike hitting. We've seen Wasatch do it well already today. 4 hits. And that one with 2 strikes, doesn't try to do too much, just elevates it the opposite way. Center fielder can't get to it, and Wasatch has leadoff guy in scoring position. Bring up Royal Matthews, already has 1 RBI on the game. Has 5 RBIs in region play, 12 RBIs on the season. 1 for 1 today with a single to left field. Shortstop trying to keep Brown close at second base. Matthews once again steps in on the left-handed side of the batter's box. Good secondary from Brown. That pitch in there for strike one. Wasatch complaining a little bit. He hasn't called that pitch below the knees for the first couple of innings, but Huntsman gets the call there. Working out of the stretch is Huntsman. Wasatch trying to add on to their already 2-run lead. One-look delivery, swung on right back to the pitcher, and they get Brown stuck in between the base pass. He's going to try to get it back to second, not going to be in time. Hard hit ball that the Huntsman does a great job of fielding, and they get Brown caught in between the base pass. So the fielder's choice ground out. We'll put one runner on still at first. But Wasatch gets the guy out of, or Pleasant Grove able to get the leadoff guy at second base. Bring up Braxton Fowler. Mentioned he's having a great region season so far. 7 of 11 in region play. 419 on the season. Second only behind Royal Matthews in batting average. Had a sacrifice bunt in his first at bat that led to Wasatch's second run. Ooh, another pitch on the outside that's called a strike one. Zone appearing to just expand a little bit today. Maybe it's where the catcher's lined up. 0-1 the count here to Fowler. Matthews, 9 stolen bases on the season, has an okay lead over at first base. The 0-1 swung on and fouled off, and that'll move the count to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Trevin Tatton on deck. The 0-2. Runner's going to go. It's a pitch high in the zone, and it's going to go off of the mound. That slipped out of Wolfgram's hands, and Wasatch has their runner back in scoring position with 1 away. 10th stolen base on the year for Royal Matthews. Leads the team in that category. One ball, 2 strikes, the count here to Fowler. Matthews seemed to have the system picked on the last time he was at second base. Standing behind Huntsman, the long series of signs eventually causes Fowler to step out of the box. He's now back in. 1-2 the count, 1 away, runner on second. Again, long series of signs here from the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Now finally get it. Huntsman takes a long look at Matthews, now delivers the 1-2, misses above the belt for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Wasatch with 4 hits on the day, 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. The 2-2 takes a little bit off of it. Fowler able to get a piece, fouls it off down the first base side, keeps the count at 2-2. Four doubles on the season for Fowler. Again, taking their time getting the signs in with the runner on second. Royal, a pretty good lead at second base. The 2-2, and this is going to be a ground ball to Henry at first base. It's going to bounce off his glove. Miscommunication on who's covering the bag. The ball stays in the infield, so Royal's able to advance to third but not able to score. But on the air, Fowler's able to reach base, and Wasatch now with runners on the corners with 1 out. It was to the backhand side of Henry, and it ricocheted to the second baseman. I think they still could have gotten Fowler at first, but they didn't know who was covering between the pitcher and the first baseman, and Wasatch ends up with the runner on. So runners on first and third, 1 out. Trevin Tatton comes up to the plate, only 3 at-bats on the season. He's 1 for 3, but did have an RBI on his last at-bat with a ground ball to the first base side. Steps in on the left-handed batter's box, see if Wasatch puts any offense in motion with runners on the corners. That ball misses high and outside for ball 1. We will have lacrosse action tomorrow at home. They're back at it after having almost 2 weeks off with spring break. They'll have Skyview coming into town. Decent 4A squad. 1-0 the count here to Tatton. The pitch swung on and over the top for a swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count. Tatton, only a sophomore, hitting on from the left-hand side. First and third, 1 out. Huntsman gets the sign, comes set, working out of the stretch. The pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is not going to be, or is going to go off the plate. Catcher has no chance. And Wasatch now with runners on second and third with their second stolen base on the season, or in the inning. So Wasatch now with 2 ducks on the pond, and that's going to bring the infield in once again. Same situation Tatton had in the first. 1 out, runners on second and third. 2 on the count. Huntsman comes set, still working out of the stretch with runners on second and third. The pitch swung on and elevated, and it's going to stay in the infield. It's not going to be deep enough. That's going to be 2 outs in the inning, and Wasatch still with runners on second and third, and that'll bring up Eddie Bluth with an RBI opportunity with 2 outs. Eddie popped out to left field in his first at bat. 2 for 9 now in region play, 286 on the season. Has scored 11 times. He'll step in as well on the left-handed side of the batter's box. Wasatch trying to add to that 2-0 lead. Have already left 2 guys on. The pitch, that one misses high and outside for ball 1. Hits today brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at the rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock. Call Stone Insurance today and start saving. The 1-0, that one's off the plate for ball 2. Wolfgram does a good job of smothering it, keeps it in front of him, keeps the runner at third base. Fowler at second, Matthews at third, Eddie Bluth in the box. The count. Huntsman comes set, takes a look at Matthews at third and delivers. And a check swing, strike 1. Goes inside. It's a nice pitch that tails back into that left-handed hitter. Wasatch has seen their lefty swing over the top of it. Blue swings over the top of it there. 2-1 now the count. Huntsman once again comes set and delivers the 2-1. That one inside, misses. Now to move the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. No walks on the day yet for Huntsman. Wasatch able to produce their run. Did have a hit by pitch back in the first inning, but no base on balls yet. Wasatch able to capitalize on that hit by pitch and 4 hits on the day. The 3-1 with the base open goes right at him, and that's in there for a strike. Fills up the count at 3-2. So full count, runners on second and third. Wasatch 2, Pleasant Grove 0 here in the bottom of the third. Huntsman comes set and will deliver the payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be fouled out of play down the left side. And we'll reset with the count at 3-2. Huntsman shrugs, another payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He goes with the off-speed, fools Bluth, and Pleasant Grove gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 are going to be left on base. 2-0 as we move into the 4th.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Top of the 4th brought to you by Mountain West Trailers. They know you value strength and reliability. Trailers that are built to last. Visit them at mountainwesttrailer.com. Wasatch leading 2-0 as we move into the top of the 4th. It'll be 3-4-5, the heart of the order up for the Vikings. Swing and a miss, strike one to Connor Ibarra, the right fielder. Struck out in his first at bat, hitting .400 on the season, which leads the team for the Vikings. Mentioned 8-6 on the season, but it's currently sitting at number 4 in the RPI standings. A tough schedule for Pleasant Grove early. That one misses low for ball one. 1-1 the count. Goes with the off speed. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 now the count to the number 3 hitter from Pleasant Grove. Shifting over to the RPI once again. Wasatch 8-11 on the season for the softball team, currently sitting at number 15 in the RPI standings. Have already doubled their win total from last year. Another off-speed pitch is going to be fouled off down the third base side. Keeps the count at 1-2. Head coach Brian Mayer, first-year coach for the softball team, doing a great job. Young team. The 1-2 to Ibarra. Sweat sets up on the outside corner. The pitch misses high for ball 2. Ibarra lays off of it. 2-2 now the count. 4 strikeouts on the day already for Becker. The 2-2 goes back to the off speed and gets him swinging again. 5 strikeouts now for Becker on the day. Again, those strikeouts brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Valley. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Brings us to the number 4 hitter, Keaton Nordic, third baseman. Walked in his first at bat. Comes in on the season hitting .325. He'll take ball 1. Has 4 doubles, 9 RBIs on the season. Mentioned had 15 strikeouts against Spanish Fork on Tuesday on the mound. Misses as well. 2-0 now the count. Wasatch same lineup out in the field. Once again, Eddie Bluth in left, Austin Brown in center, and Max Livingston in right, all playing deep. Unusual for Wasatch. He usually plays shallow, tries to encourage teams to hit it over their heads, but giving this Pleasant Grove lineup a lot of respect. That one misses as well, 3-0. Nordic yet to see a strike. He had a 4-pitch walk in his first at bat, now 3 straight balls here. The 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 now the count. Tobin Degelbeck, the shortstop, on deck for the Vikings. Nordic playing third base today. The 3-1. Swings, and that one's off the end of the bat, foul towards the Wasatch dugout. Fills up the count at 3-2. The payoff pitch misses above the belt for walk. That's actually the 3rd straight inning of a base on ball. Excuse me, we already have a strikeout in this inning, so 1 out. And it is the 3rd straight inning with a walk. 4 walks now on the day for Becker. And that'll bring up Degelbrecht. Struck out in his first at bat. Steps in on the right-hand side, getting some signs from the third base coach. Becker pauses, delivers, and that one misses low for ball 1. Becker gone a lot more to the off-speed pitch in the recent innings. That one misses low there. 1-0 the count, 1 away. Wasatch holding on to that 2-0 lead. Slide step delivery from Becker. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 the count. Degelbrecht will swing over the top of it there. More signs from the third base coach, and he's back into the box. Quick sign from Sweat. Nordic not going anywhere at first. This one's going to be swung on, and there's the first hit of the day for Pleasant Grove. It's going to get by the outfield of Wasatch. Pick him up, put him down. Pleasant Grove. Nordic is going to score all the way from first base. The throw from Fowler is going to go over the head of Sweat. Becker doing a good job of backing it up, and will keep Degelbrecht at second base, but it's a RBI double from the shortstop, and Pleasant Grove is on the board after their first hit of the day. Hit the left center field gap. And again, first hit of the day coming in the top half of the 4th inning. Still 1 away. And that'll bring up Mason Henry, who also struck out in his first at bat. Steps in on the right-handed batter's box. Tyler mentioned that had a big home run in the first game between these two schools. First pitch is going to be on the inside corner for strike one. Henry disagrees with the pitch. Steps back into the box after a shake of the head. No balls, one strike. Runner on second. Not a big lead. Salmon trying to keep him close. The pitch. And lays off the off speed. Moves count to 1-1. Second look from Becker forces the runner not to go to third. Looked like he was going to go. Looked like he had Becker timed up. Becker does a good job of timing up or switching up his cadence. Keeps the runner at second base. 1-2 now the count, as that one's fouled off down the left field side. Becker one look. A little bit longer look. Now we'll deliver the 1-2, and that one's going to go high over the head of Henry. Sweat does a good job of standing up, getting the ball, keeping it in front of him. 2-2 the count still with the runner on second. And time is called. Let's see who called time, but time is called, so now we'll reset. Still a 2-2 count, still one away. One run in here in the top of the fourth, making the score 2-1. Wasatch scored 2 in the bottom of the first. Goose egg since. This one swung on and elevated to deep left field, and Henry's done it again. It's going to be Gonzo, and Pleasant Grove on the 2-run home run has taken the lead 3-2. Another monster moonshot from Henry, similar to the one we saw at Pleasant Grove. And just like that, it's a 3-2 lead for Pleasant Grove. Well, they hadn't had a hit going into the top of the fourth, and now back-to-back extra base hits, a double to the left center field gap, and then a monster home run that cleared both fences. Fire department's going to have to pick up that one, as that's going to give them the 3-2 lead. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Ryder Huntsman. He walked in his first at-bat. Huntsman, a junior, only hitting .205 on the season. Becker still working out of the stretch, in there for strike one. No balls, one strike to the pitcher. Becker comes set, again working exclusively out of the stretch. Pitch is swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. Good response here from Becker after giving up the home run. And now a timeout is going to be called by the third base coach of Pleasant Grove. He's switching up the cadence a little bit. 0-2 the count with one away. Huntsman, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. So we mentioned the start of the inning, heart of the order, and they've produced. After a leadoff strikeout to the number 3 hitter, Wasatch had walk and then a double and then a home run, and Pleasant Grove has taken the 3-2 lead. Becker delivers the 0-2, goes back with the off speed, kind of a hanging curveball that's fouled hard down the left field line. Keeps the count at 0-2. A little pause in the action because lack of baseballs. So no balls, 2 strikes. The count here to Huntsman. Wasatch with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And now trail 3-2 after a 3-run fourth. Becker back set, delivers the 0-2, tries to go upstairs with the fastball, misses for ball 1. Up around the eyes, not tempting to Huntsman. Innings woken up the Pleasant Grove dugout. Wasatch in the dugout battle had won this one as far as energy goes, but now Pleasant Grove starting to get back into it. The 1-2 sits on the curveball. It's going to drive Bluth all the way back to the warning track. A good line drive barrel, but Wasatch able to come up with the catch. 2 away here in the top of the fourth. Still not a lot of wind here at Wasatch. A rare setting for a Wasatch baseball game in midday, but avoiding that wind, and that's going to bring up let's see, number 23, Damon Banks, the left fielder, flew out to right field in his first at-bat to end the second inning, and he'll take ball 1 high and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Becker a little bit longer pause this time. Now comes with the fastball outside corner for strike one. 1-1 now the count. Becker back set. Wasatch shifted a little bit to the right-hand side. That one's an off-speed pitch also in there for a strike. 1-2 now the count. After giving up the home run, Becker's done a good job of coming back with 6 out of 7 strikes. The 1-2 count here to Banks. Goes back with the off-speed, and that one's roped to the right center field gap this time. That one will fall in front of Livingston. Third hit of the inning for Pleasant Grove. Livingston does a good job of getting it quickly back in, and that'll be a single. And extends the inning here with 2 outs and brings up the number 9 hitter, Talon Page, who walked in his first at-bat. Double home run single in the inning here for the Vikings, and that's going to earn a trip to the mound from Coach McCoy. We'll take it. Wasatch trailing 3-2 in here in the top of the 4th.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Trip to the mound brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Give them a call at 435-654-5607. See how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. This one's going to be elevated to left field. Blue starts back, comes forward, makes the play to end the inning. That was Talon Page, and Wasatch finally gets out of it. But 3 runs come in on 3 hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. 3-2 as we move into the bottom of the 4th.
Hungry for mouth-watering all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Bottom of the 4th brought to you by UCCU, Utah Community Credit Union. Love where you bank at UCCU. It'll be Baxter, Sweat, Livingston up for Wasatch. Ball 1, swing and a miss, strike 1. Baxter did strike out in his first at-bat. 3 for 10 in region play and hitting .341 overall on the season. The 1-1 swung on and fouled off that time. That'll move the count to 1-2. One-two the count. That one misses outside. 2-2 now the count. Both starting pitchers going in here into the 4th. Wasatch trailing 3-2, scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the first, and then gave up 3 in the top half of the 4th thanks to a 2-run home run from Mason Henry, his second of the series. The 2-2 misses high, fills up the count at 3-2. Wind up for Huntsman. The payoff pitch. Off speed, misses, and that is going to be the first base on balls of the game for Huntsman. Did have a hit by pitch earlier in the game. That's first base ball. So leadoff guy on. It's going to bring up Otis Sweat. 4 for 7 in region play. Has a single in his first at bat. Up the middle with 2 strikes. Now comes back into the box with runner on first. And it looks like Wasatch is going to go speed up runner. A pinch runner. Jackson Camaromi is going to come in to pinch run for Crew Baxter, who's the designated hitter today for Brevin Becker. Take a look at the girls lacrosse RPI standings. The girls lacrosse currently sitting at 5-5 on the season, but are down in the number 20 spot in the RPI. Opponent's win percentage only at 35%. That pitch misses low for ball 1. Signs here from Coach McCoy. 1-0 the count. Camaromi takes his lead over at first base. Lay kick delivery, swung on and elevated right field, but foul. And that'll move the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out here again in the bottom of the 4th. Wasatch trying to tie this thing back up. 3-2, was able to get a leadoff walk. Now Sweat in the box with a 1-1 count. Camaromi takes his lead. Long pause. Pickoff move. First pickoff move we've seen today. Had Camaromi a little bit flat-footed, but he's able to get back safely. Keep the count at 1-1. Huntsman back onto the rubber, gets the sign from Wolfgram behind the dish, comes set. Another pickoff move, that one a little bit closer, but still safe at first. Back-to-back pickoff moves. More signs from Coach McCoy. Third baseman playing up on the green part of the turf. The 1-1, runner does not go. Check swing from Sweat is called a strike, and that'll move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch wasn't close, but fooled him. So now 1-2 the count. See if Coach McCoy gets aggressive here with Livingston on deck, trying to get a runner in scoring position. 1-2 the count. Lay kick delivery, goes back with the fastball. That one swung on, fouled off into the glove. So that will go down swinging. Third strikeout of the day. And that'll put 2 outs on the scoreboard and bring us to the number 9 hitter, Livingston, who also struck out in his first at bat. Mentioned Livingston not able to hit at the first of the week due to his back soreness. Still looking for his first hit in region play, hitting .394 on the season, including 4 extra base hits. Pleasant Grove playing deep as well on Wasatch. That ball is going to be low, ball 1, to lead off the at bat. One ball, no strikes. Lay kick delivery. Swung on and fouled off, and that'll move the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Huntsman's done a good job of just being around the zone. I mentioned only 1 hit by pitch in the first inning, 1 walk here in this inning. It was a leadoff walk. Wasatch trying to take advantage of it. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly. Flips it to second. And that was only the second out, but second baseman thought that was the second, or that was the final out, and so he will toss it into the mound, and Wasatch gets to live another day. That'll extend the inning. Purdy Taylor made 6-4-3 double play. So the fielder's choice ground out puts 2 on the board. And it'll bring us up to the top of the order. Jack Salmon 1 for 2 on the game today. He's 5 for 13 in region play. 18 RBIs on the season, is tied with Otis Sweat for leading the team. Comes up with the runner on first is Livingston. Huntsman, long pause, now delivers. That one misses low and outside. Good secondary from Livingston. He'll scamper back to the bag. 1-0 the count. See if Wasatch can take advantage of the mental error by Pleasant Grove in that inning. Again, should have been a 6-4-3 double play. Instead, a little bit of confusion on how many outs there were in the inning. 1-0 the count. That one bounces in front of the bag. Wolfgram does a good job of keeping it in front of him. Livingston stays at first. 2-0 now the count. Thought Livingston might go on that one. Had a good secondary on that first one. Doesn't get as big a secondary, and will go back to the bag at first. 2 balls, no strikes. Huntsman comes set. Delivers. Swung on, and that's going to be fouled at the Pleasant Grove dugout. 2-1 the count. Wasatch has been good all year with 2 outs. See if they can rattle off some hits here in the top of the order. 2-1 the count, 2 away. Huntsman taking his time. Now will come set. Livingston, a good lead over first. Pickoff move, able to get back easily. Keeps the count at 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Livingston does take another half a step. That one's off the plate again. Another good job from Wolfgram of smothering that one and keeping it at his feet. 3-1 now the count. Good hitters count here for Salmon. 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run for Salmon on the season. Good power to both sides. Again, Pleasant Grove playing no doubles in the outfield. Runner's going to go on the 3-1. The pitch is low. The throw down to second base in time. Nice throw from Wolfgram. And, oh, no, they're going to say that pitch was low, and Wasatch gets the ball 4. So they did not call that a strike. Pleasant Grove coach wants to know where that pitch was, saying it was low, and so that's ball 4. So Wasatch runners on first and second, and is going to bring up Austin Brown after the second base on balls of the inning. It's what it looked like to be a throw out at second base. Instead, we'll put a runner on second and first, and it'll bring up Brown, who doubled to the left center field gap in his last at bat. Brown on the season, .378 in region play, 5 for 9. 11 extra base hits for Brown, including the one that he had today. Mentioned the extra base hits on the season. Has a total of 14 hits, now 15 hits after the hit today, and of those 15 hits, 11 of them have been extra bases. Right side of the infield playing back. Brown swings at the first pitch, out ahead of it, fooled on the off speed, and that'll move the count to 0-1. Had his double with 2 strikes in his last at bat. No balls, 1 strike. Not a big lead at second base. Shortstop doing a good job of keeping him close. That one's in the dirt. Another good job from Wolfgram, keeping the runners at first and second. Royal Matthews on deck. 2-3 right now up for Wasatch, trying to get back in this thing, trailing 3-2. Long look from Huntsman at second. The 1-1. Swung on, and this one's roped down the right side. Is it fair? They call it foul. Just foul. I was looking at the umpire. I can't see the line down there, and it's just foul. And that'll move the count to 1-2. That would have scored both and would have been another extra base knock for Brown. Another good barrel there from Brown that just goes foul. Keeps the count, or moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner still on first and second. Huntsman gets the pitch, comes set. Secondary from the base runners. That one's up in the zone, but Brown's going to go get it anyway. It's a base knock to right field. Livingston's going to try to score from second. The relay throw is cut off, and Wasatch ties it up at 3-3. It's a 2-out RBI knock for Austin Brown. He's now 2 for 2 on the day, and we've got a tie ball game at 3-3 with runners on the corners. Third RBI in region play for Austin Brown. He's now got 16 RBIs on the season. Run that comes in is Livingston. And Wasatch, after giving up 3 in the top half of the fourth, is able to come back and score a run with 2 outs. Brings up Royal Matthews. He's 1 for 2 today. Had an RBI back in his first at bat with the single to the left side. First pitch is going to be low for ball 1. Pitch that Brown hit was way out of the zone. Went up high and got it and was able to get it over the second baseman's head. Mentioned that the outfield for Pleasant Grove is playing really deep. So Wasatch able to score easily. Should score easily here. The 1-0. Royal thinks about it, but lets it go. Pretty good pitch on the inside corner. And now Wasatch is going to try to score. The throw got away from the pitcher. The throw home's not in time. The Wasatch takes advantage of the mistake on the throwback to the pitcher. Brown's going to advance to second base, and Wasatch has taken a 4-3 lead, and that's going to earn a trip to the mound from the Pleasant Grove coach. Frustrated with that one as the throw back to the pitcher got away from him. The shortstop was backing it up, but a great jump from Jack Salmon, and Wasatch retakes the lead at 4-3. Runs brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at the rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock. And go back to that at bat of Jack Salmons. It was a 3-1 count, and Wasatch tried to steal second. The runner was thrown out, but the pitch was just low, which allowed Wasatch the walk that put runners on first and second. Brown with the single, and then the missed throw back to the pitcher has given Wasatch back the lead at 4-3. Royal Matthews still in the box with the 1-1 count. And again, Brown was able to advance to second, so a runner in scoring position here for Wasatch. Pitch is going to be swung on. It's about outside pitch. It's going to be bounced to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to field it cleanly, run to first, touch the bag, and the inning is retired. But 2 runs come in on just 1 hit, 1 error in the inning, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 4-3 going into the 5th.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laps. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group, yeah, we do that.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at HeberAppliance.com.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Fifth inning action brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Own what matters at Guild Mortgage. Wasatch leads 4-3 after scoring 2 runs with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th. It'll be top of the order up for Pleasant Grove, their 3rd time through the lineup. And Wasatch is going to go to the bullpen. It'll be Trevin Tatton on the mound. 7 innings pitched on the season. Has only given up 1 run in those 7 innings. A 1.0 ERA. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks for the sophomore righty. Back-to-back strikes here to the leadoff guy, Clement, who's had 2 good ground ball barrels to the left side. One a great play from Trevin Tatton, and another a 4-6-3 double play to the second baseman. 0-2 the count. Clement didn't agree with that last one. Takes his time stepping out of the box. Now is back in there with the 0-2 count. Tatton the pitch, misses outside, ball 1. Guild Mortgage also our sponsor of our 5th inning stretch, which will be coming after the top half of this inning. Tatton working also exclusively out of the stretch. Goes to the off-speed, gets him swinging and missing. Gravity Coalition strikeout. Visit them at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. That is strikeout number 6 on the day for the Wasatch pitching staff. Becker with 5 strikeouts through 4 innings, and now a strikeout there from Tatton. It's going to bring up the catcher, Wolfgram, who's 0 for 2 today. Struck out in his first at-bat and then flew out to center field in his last at-bat. He steps in on the left-hand side along with Clement. Becker's going to move to third base. Royal Matthews moves back to first. That pitch in there for strike 1. Becker playing in on the grass with the speedy lefty up. Mentioned Wolfgram leads the team in stolen bases, one of those catchers that coach leaves in instead of getting his speed-up guy on when he gets on base. The 0-1, that one misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count, .333 batting average on the season for Wolfgram. Tatton comes set, delivers the 1-1. And that one misses as well. Tried to go off speed. Doesn't pull the string hard enough, and that'll move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one, just misses outside. Hit the glove. So that must have been set up a little bit too far outside. So 3-1 now the count to the number 2 hitter. PG able to score 3 runs in the heart of their lineup with the 3-hitter leading off last inning. He's on deck. That one misses outside as well. That's walk number 5 on the game for Wasatch. Puts a runner on and brings up the number 3 hitter, Connor Ibarra, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. See if Wasatch can keep his number. Shifting back over to the RPI, boys volleyball, currently sitting at number 1, 17-1 on the season. Made it to the state finals last year before losing the championship and are doing great again this season. 17-1 are currently leading in the RPI standings. Wolfgram has speed over at first base. We'll see if he goes. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Another pretty good pitch that just misses. Becker playing even with the bag at first. Matthews holding on the runner over at first base. The 1-0. Runner does not go again. This one's going to be elevated to left field. It's going to push Bluth back. Wind starting to blow a little bit, but Bluth will settle underneath it. Makes the play for out number 2. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Nordic, who hasn't seen a lot of pitches that are strikes. Walk in his first 2 at-bats, and then he scored off the second walk. Again, you're listening to Wasatch High School Baseball. We're live from Wasatch High School here in the top of the 5th inning. Wasatch leading 4-3 on Pleasant Grove, who's coming off a 2-game sweep of Spanish Fork. That pitch is going to be a ball, and Wolfgram will easily swipe second base for the stolen base. Again, leads the team in that category and is in scoring position to try to tie this thing up. 1-0 the count. Tatton takes a peek. Leg kick delivery. That one swung on and missed. 1-1 now the count. And we're going to have a talk with the catcher and pitcher with runner on second base. A little worried about stealing the signs. Again, pausing the action brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Take us around the diamond again. Your defensive starters, Tatton, or defensive players right now. Tatton on first, or excuse me, on the mound. Started at first base, swept behind the dish. Royal, who started at third, has moved over to first. Salmon and Fowler up the middle. Becker, who started on the mound, has moved to third. And then Bluth, Brown, and Livingston are your outfield. It's a 1-1 count here to the number 4 hitter, Nordic. Wolfgram getting a big lead at second base. This one swung on and fouled off. 1-2 now the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Tatton, 1 look, takes a second look, now a third look. Now we'll deliver the 1-2, swung on, that one's roped to the right center field gap. Brown's not going to get to it, and Pleasant Grove will tie up the game at 4-4 on the 2-out RBI knock from Nordic. His first hit of the day. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks now, and add the RBI, and it's tied 4-4. Bring up Dagelbeck, the shortstop who doubled and brought in Nordic in his last at-bat. Good stroke to the left center field gap that got to the fence. And then it was Mason Henry who hit the 2-run home run after that gave Pleasant Grove the momentary 3-2 lead. This pitch is going to be swung on. First pitch is going to be swung on. It's going to be a base knock through the 5-6 hole. Runners will just advance one base on the single. So now runners on first and second. And again, it's going to bring up Henry, who had the 2-run home run in his last at bat. According to Max Preps, on the season, only 8 of 40 on the season. But of those 8 hits, 3 of them have gone out of the park, and 2 of them have been out of the park against Wasatch. Big right-hander will step into the box on the right-hand side. Wasatch will play off of first base. Royal playing behind the runner at first. Salmon trying to keep the runner close at second. First pitch of the at-bat's going to be in there for strike 1. Pleasant Grove trying to retake the lead. 4-4 with runners on first and second, 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Tatton comes set. 1-look delivery this time. Goes with the off-speed, and it's going to get away from Sweat. Sweat gradually blocked it, thought it was in front of him. Instead, it bounces away, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Vikings. One ball, 1 strike here to Henry with now runners on second and third. Ryder Huntsman, the pitcher, on deck, who's walked and had a line out to the second baseman in his last at-bat. To the left fielder in his last at-bat. It was a good barrel. This one swung on and fouled off. Back to the backstop. 1-2 now the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Henry back into it, trying to give Pleasant Grove the lead for the second straight inning. The 1-2. Swung on and roped foul down the left side. Keeps count at 1-2. Royal comes in from first base to give sophomore a couple of suggestions. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch goes with the off-speed. It's off the end of the bat, but Bluth was playing deep. It's going to land in. Pleasant Grove's going to try to score both. Bluth, the throw home's not going to be in time. 2 runs come in. 4 RBIs now for Mason Henry, and it's back to a 6-4 lead for the Vikings. Couple of tough breaks for Wasatch here in the inning. All runs coming with 2 outs. So after scoring 2 runs themselves in the last inning, Vikings are able to score 2 runs here in the 5th with 2 outs. 3 runs total. All 3 of these runs coming with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. And again, 4 RBIs now for Mason Henry. He's on second base and brings up Degelbeck, who had a good barrel back to the wall that was caught by Bluth. We mentioned that Wasatch playing deep. Playing deep was able to give Vikings 2 runs just there. So 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th. Tatton delivers the 1-0 pitch. This one swung on, a hard ground ball to Fowler. He'll field it cleanly, takes his time, throws it over to first in time for the 6-3 putout, and Wasatch finally gets out of the inning. And it is going to be 3 runs come in on 3 hits. No errors in the inning, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 6-4 as we move in now to our 5th inning stretch, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Again, Guild Mortgage, own what matters. Well, Wasatch started off well on the mound, a 1-2-3 inning in the first, and then they answered with 2 runs coming in the bottom of the first inning, led in part by an RBI single from Royal Matthews that brought in Jack Salmon, and then an RBI from Trevin Tatton that gave Wasatch the 2-0 lead. It was scoreless innings in the second and the third for both, and then offenses woke up in the 4th. There was a 3-run top of the 4th inning for Pleasant Grove, thanks to a 2-run home run from Mason Henry that gave the Vikings a 3-2 lead. But Wasatch answered with their own 2-run bottom of the 4th inning, thanks in part to an RBI from Austin Brown as he RBI'd into the right field side. And then Wasatch was able to score on an error on a throwback to the pitcher that gave them back the 4-3 lead. And then there in the top half of the 5th, 3 straight hits with 2 outs, a single from Nordic, a single from Degelbeck, and then a double from Henry. Scored 3 runs with 2 outs to give give Pleasant Grove back the 6-4 lead. That game summary brought to you by Heber Appliance. When your appliance is down to its final out, turn your drop the ball into a touch 'em all at Heber Appliance Furniture and Mattress. They are your hometown team. Let's go ahead and take a break. Wasatch leading 6-4 as we come back to the bottom of the 5th.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 5th inning brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Calls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607, and let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. 4-5-6 up for Wasatch, trailing 6-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Fowler, Tatton, and Bluth. Fowler sacrificed button his first at bat and then reached on an error in his second at bat by the first baseman. Ended up swiping a bag but got stranded at second base. A pitch outside as well, so 2-0 now the count. Fowler in region play now 7 of 12 with 6 RBIs and a double. The 2-0, that one, 3-0, missed a pitch. That was 3-0, make it 4-0. It's a 4-pitch walk after not walking anybody through the first 3 innings. Now 3 walks in the last 2 for Huntsman.
Yeah, maybe later in the game here, Tyler, starting to see a little fatigue. And Wasatch would do well to try to jump on top of that right now. Pleasant Grove does have a lot of arms they can go to, Tyler. Saw a couple collegiate arms when Wasatch played them last time. And they still have 1 or 2 of those available that haven't thrown this week.
It's going to bring up Tatton. He's going to take strike 1, an off-speed pitch that comes down at the belt. Tatton had a ground ball out to the first baseman's first at bat, but did bring in a run and then popped out to the shortstop in his last at bat. Late kick delivery from Huntsman, misses outside. 1-1 now the count. On deck is Eddie Bluth. Pickoff move, not in time, over to Fowler. Talked a little RPI tie while you were away for a moment that Pleasant Grove has actually moved up to number 4 despite their 8-6 record. Wasatch falling down to 7 in that last series against Timpview, even though they won both. 1-1 in there for a strike as well. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week to watch the RPI. Tyler, Wasatch was ahead of Pleasant Grove on Monday. But then after the win for Wasatch over Timpview, they actually fell below Pleasant Grove because the RPI didn't like Timpview very much. And then Pleasant Grove getting wins over Spanish twice has really vaulted them up. The Dons, those were their first 2 losses on the season.
This is going to be fisted over to the third baseman. Third baseman's going to field it cleanly. Whips it to second base. It's low. Clement able to get the out at second, but not in time over to first. And 1 away on the fielder's choice ground out.
That's a pretty good play there from the third baseman, Tyler. That was an awkwardly spinning ball off the bat. I think that's one, I don't want to overdo this here, but I think that's when the turf really helps, Tyler. On regular grass, especially the Wasatch grass before the turf over at third base, that thing might be pinballing all over the place because of the way it spun off the bat, but on the turf, it bounces pretty easy and made it easy for that play down to second.
Bring up Bluth, that ball in the dirt. Tatton reading, and he's going to try to swipe the bag at second, and
what a play.
He's safe at second.
Safe, but that was a great play from the catcher, Tyler. Ball was close to getting Tatton.
Great play, good anticipation there from Tatton, so puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Bluth takes ball 1, 1-0 the count. Bluth 0 for 2 today.
I thought Trevin got a great read on that, a good jump like you said. Just I thought he was going to be in there easy, but Wolfgram behind the dish. He's been really probably my favorite player to watch on Pleasant Grove over these 2 games, Tyler. I really like what he does behind the plate and on the base path.
Pitch is swung on. It's going to be roped to the second baseman. Bobbles it momentarily, but able to get it, throw it over to first for out number 2. Tatton does advance to third base on the ground ball behind him, and that'll bring up Crew Baxter, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk.
Told crew today do a few extra push-ups so you can get that ball over the fence. Tyler, after his missile that he hit down at Timpview, hit at the very top of the fence. We were kind of having some fun joking about it. Definitely a big fella that's got enough power that he could tie this up with one swing here today if he gets the right pitch.
Baxter re-entering the game. You remember Jackson Cameroni pinch ran for him. Ultimately didn't end up amounting to anything in that inning. But he'll step in. You mentioned Ty had a double off the wall against Timpview on Tuesday. He's now 3 for 10 in region play with 3 RBIs. Has 10 RBIs on the season. Wind starting to pick up a little right to left. Haven't had any wind for the day. First pitch of the at-bat is going to be a swing and a miss. That's the pitch they've gone to Baxter often, Ty. It's that little diving off-speed pitch low and inside. Baxter will swing over to the top of it there. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. Wasatch trying to chip back into this thing, trailing 6-4. Outside corner, calls it for strike 2. 0-2 now the count.
Well, that's a pretty tough pitch to hit if you're crew. Right after that curveball that went down and in, Ty, to come backdoor action there on him. That would take a lot of discipline to drive the ball the other way to get that one.
0-2 the count, bottom of 5. Wasatch with a runner on third. The pitch, it's frozen. That'll be strikeout number 2 on the day for Baxter, and Wasatch is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 is left on base. 6-4 as we move into the 6th.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. With over 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dumping equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and repairs, we've got you covered. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber City, Utah.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 6 brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at the rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock. Call Stone Insurance today and start saving. It'll be 8-9-1 up for the Vikings. Leading it off will be Damon Banks, who singled to right field in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Flew out in his first at-bat. And that one get him inside, missed him for ball 1. Ty, you're a hockey guy. Tuned in on Wednesday for that big game
where
game
of the year,
Mammoth came back
the Oilers game,
and able to get the overtime victory. That one right back at Tad, and it's going to get through the middle of the infield. Second hit of the day for Banks, and Pleasant Grove has their leadoff guy on.
Yeah, Banks doing a good job down there in the 8 spot, Tyler. Get the first guy on, maybe bunt him over here with number 9. See if the top of the lineup can go to work. But, yeah, you're right, Tyler. If you watch that, that's a potential first-round matchup, too, the Mammoth and the Oilers. At least that evening they were slated to match up against each other. Still have a week left before it's finalized. And it was back and forth. Mammoth ahead 1-0. Got down 3-1, tied it up 3-3. Got down 4-3, tied it back up. Then fell 5-4 in the last period and sent it to overtime. And Tyler, really, we're not doing great in overtime. And then they got a penalty that was favorable to them, and they scored 9 seconds later and walked it off. It was a great game.
Currently sitting in that number 1 wild card spot, 5 ahead. And they got some help last night where the Oilers went to San Jose, who's still in the running, and Oilers were able to get the win over San Jose that put them further down in the rankings.
It's another big one tonight. They've got the Predators tonight, Tyler, who are in wild card spot number 2. So a win tonight should secure that wild card 1 spot.
Pitch is inside for ball 1. We have a pinch runner at first base for the Vikings. Single to lead it off. The leadoff guy on, and that pitch is also up. So 2-0 the count. Austin Brown was getting loose in between or during the bottom half of the 5th. 6-4 the score. Wasatch trailing by 2, trying to keep it a 2-run game here in the 6th. And that pitch is going to miss as well. So 3-0 now the count.
Well, never for an instant were they looking to bunt either, Ty.
A walk and a fly out to left is what Page has done here in the 9th spot so far today. The 3-0, that one misses as well. So a 4-pitch walk after giving up a leadoff single. And Pleasant Grove's back in business as we move up to the top of the order. Not the way you wanted to start off the inning, and that's going to earn a trip to the mound from Coach McCoy. We'll take a break. Wasatch trailing 6-4, but Pleasant Grove threatening, no outs, and runners on first and second.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Teens report that parents are the #1 influence in their children's lives about decisions to not use alcohol, marijuana, or vape.
Take a few minutes every day to talk to us about things we like to do. Ask about our hopes and dreams, concerns, and fears. This is a time when we need our parents' help the most.
If we feel close to you, we are much more likely to listen. We need you to remind us to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch High School Thrive Club.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Pitching change for Wasatch, brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Austin Brown will go on to the mound for Wasatch. Second appearance on the season. His first appearance was also against the Vikings. And hasn't given up a run yet. Pitched 1 inning, right, in that one?
Yeah, 1 inning made it exciting, Tyler. Bases loaded, but got all the outs before giving up a run. And
walked 2, but also struck out 2.
Yeah, it was a fun one, Tyler. That was an electric win. Different opportunity right here for him. Down to 2 guys on, nobody out. And he needs to get 6 outs here for the Wasps and try to hold this right here, Ty. You don't want to get down too big against this Pleasant Grove team because they've got electric arms they can go to try to shut it down and get 3 outs if they need it. So you want to keep this close and connected so that a walk or an error or something like that can keep the pressure on this Pleasant Grove team.
Wasatch opting to move Royal back to third. Tatton's going to move to first. They're both playing in on the grass. Double play depth up the middle. Easton Colby will move to center field for Wasatch. And that'll bring Brevin Becker out of the game. That's the spot where Wasatch is DHing, though. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Hitter's a pinch hitter for Pleasant Grove. Steffieri will come in, hitting .310 on the season. He's going to hit in the leadoff spot for Clement, who is 0 for 3 on the game. That pitch misses high as well. 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, Clement, Tyler, decent player, over 300 on the year, but hasn't had a good series against Wasatch at all.
1-look delivery here from Brown, and that one misses inside. 3-1 now the count. Wasatch in trouble. They gave up a leadoff single and then a 4-pitch walk, and now a 3-1 count here to the leadoff, pinch hitter for the leadoff guy. Wolfgram on deck. 2 looks now, this time from Brown. Delivers the 3-1, fouled off, at Wolfgram's head, Ty. Luckily he got out of the way on the batter's box, or the on deck circle. 3-2 now the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Brown, 1-look delivery on the payoff pitch. Fouled off to third base coach.
Oh, yeah, Coach Henry's still got it, Tyler. Over there moving the feet, making the play.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, runners on first and second. The pitch Swung on and another foul ball. 3 straight foul balls on the left side.
Yeah, slowly but surely, though, getting a little bit more timed up each time, Ty. Try to get that thing maybe jammed a little bit more on the inner half.
3-2. Brown will step off the back of the mound. And we'll reset. 6-4 the score. Wasatch trying to keep this one close with 6 outs left to go themselves. Another payoff pitch below the knees. Doesn't get the call, and that'll load up the bases.
Well received by Otis, Tyler. Went down and made that look pretty good. You can see, though, the glove was definitely moving. There was a little frame action going on. That thing just a little bit down.
So bases juiced, and that'll bring up Wolfgram. He struck out in his first at-bat, flew out to center field in his second, walked and scored in his third at-bat. Wasatch will cut off their infield, so all the infield playing in on the grass. Outfield also coming in a little bit for the speedy catcher. Brown continuing to work out of the stretch, misses outside for ball 1. One-0 the count. Brown closes, doesn't take any looks, delivers, and once again misses. That'll move the count to 2-0.
Austin noticeably throwing with a little more velocity here today, Tyler. And he hasn't looked too bad, Tyler. He's around the zone, but usually when you try to rear back and throw with a little bit more, it can knock off the balance just a little bit. That one you can see took a little bit off, and right there for a strike.
At the belt for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Wasatch looking for a ground ball here. Try to get 2, or at least the leadoff guy at home. 2-1 the count. Leg kick delivery. This is low. 3-1. Becker gave Wasatch 4 innings, gave up 3 runs in the 4th of that inning, striking out 5. Tatton through the 6th inning, and now, or 5th inning, and now Brown here in the 6th. Brown's above the belt, and so 3 walks in the inning. 2 on the half of Brown and 1 on the behalf of Tatton will bring in another run, and Wasatch now trails 7-4. Brings up Connor Ibarra, the number 3 hitter, 0 for 3 today with a couple of Ks. Wasatch will keep the same look on the infield. Salmon will shift a little bit more up the middle, but still playing on the grass. And that pitch isn't going to be close either for ball 1. We talked about the walks on the Pleasant Grove side in that first game tie. 9 walks for Pleasant Grove. Wasatch now with 8 in this one. Kind of a little bit of a shift of the gears. That one's at the belt for strike 1, 1-1, the count.
Yeah, it's really the exact opposite, right? The 2 teams have flipped in this one, and should come as no surprise that on the scoreboard it's kind of flipped as well. And Ty, sometimes
it's going to be a ground ball. Salmon's going to field it cleanly, throws it home to Sweat. It's low, so Sweat can't get the second out. Good job from Ibarra of getting out of the box regardless. But Wasatch is able to get their first out of the inning without giving up a run. 7-4, but now you're coming to the heart of their lineup. Ty Nordic, the number 4 hitter, RBI single in his last at-bat. Dagelbeck a single, and Mason Henry a home run and double in their last at-bat.
Ty, tip your cap to Sweat. That was not an easy play at home at all. Trying to come up, find the plate, the bat's in the way, runner coming at you, and a low throw that he's got to turn it over. And to catch that thing with the glove down, that was a really good play from Otis to even secure 1 out.
First pitch is in there for a foul ball to Nordic, who is 1 for 1, walked in his first 2 at-bats, and then again singled in his last one. It's 1-1. He comes up with the bases loaded. Wasatch now going to go double play up the middle.
Ty mentioned, though, the flipping of the base on balls and the hits. I think if you're Wasatch, you should, again, be growing in confidence. You know, you don't like what's happened on the mound with all the walks. But really, to me, it tells you this team that's a top 5 team in the state in Pleasant Grove, you're every bit what they are, Tyler. I mean, Wasatch is just as capable as this Pleasant Grove team, which is one of the state contender favorites here this year, if you play clean, right? If this Wasatch team gets on the mound, throws strikes, plays clean, they can play with the best of them, but you do have to throw strikes. You just can't give freebies away.
1-1 the count here to Nordic. Pitch. And this is low for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike in. Wasatch playing double play depth up the middle. Corners playing in. The 2-1 swung on and fouled over into the soccer game that's happening. 2-2 now the count.
Yeah, Austin's settling into a nice little rhythm now here, Tyler. See if we can get a little ground ball here to Braxton Fowler.
The 2-2. Swung on. This one's going to be elevated to right field. Livingston should be fine to settle underneath it, but it's deep enough that they're going to try to score from third. Throws a good one home, but he is safe just underneath it. Really good throw from Livingston on that one. That's about as good as you can get. But the speedy Wolfgram, in fact, if it's not Wolfgram, I wonder if Pleasant Grove even scores on that one.
I think that's going to get anyone but Wolfgram. He's the one I already mentioned, Tyler. Easily their best base runner. He's got the most speed, 12 stolen bases on the year coming into this one. No one else on the team has above 4 outside of him, and so that's the wheels on third. And Max, that's a deep ball, Ty. Livingston showing off the cannon after throwing on Tuesday. Looked pretty good here, Tyler, with only a day's rest.
First and third, runner does not advance to first, but the runner did advance to third at second base. It's going to bring up Dagelbreg, the shortstop, who's 2 for 3 today, doubled to left center field and then singled through the 5-6 hole. He's going to swing at the first pitch for strike one. Heart of the lineup's been good for Pleasant Grove. You look at 4, 5, 6, 2 RBIs for Nordic, 2 hits and an RBI for Dagelbreg, and 2 hits and 4 RBIs for Henry. That one's high for ball one. 1-1 now the count.
Yeah, and it's an amazing thing for Henry, Tyler. You mentioned only 7 hits coming into the year.
Coming into the game today.
Yeah, coming into today's game on the season, and 2 already today.
This one swung on. It's going to be elevated to shallow left field. Fowler will come out and call everybody off and make the play in foul territory, and that side is retired. But 2 runs do come in on just 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base. 8-4 as we move into the bottom of the 6th.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, ski, snowboard, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Pleasant Grove's going to go to the bullpen here in the 6th inning. It'll be Anderson, the junior, a 2.15 ERA, 7 appearances on the season, 13 innings pitched, 10 Ks and 10 walks and 11 Ks in that 13 inning of work.
Yeah, and another live arm. Tyler, going to see low 80s on the mound, trying to get 6 outs to close this one down. And the Wasatch can keep coming at you. I want to tip my cap there to Brown, Tyler. A little shaky with a couple walks early on. That's a good job minimizing and only giving up 2 runs there in the top of the 6th. And I feel like it's kept it close enough here that Wasatch has given themselves a chance. Not a ton of opportunity, so you can't waste at bats here. But you get 1 or 2 here. Keep it close here heading into the bottom of the 7th, and anything can happen.
It'll be 8-9 and then top of the order. Sweat, who's 1 for 2 today, singled up the middle, struck out in his last at bat. He'll take ball 1. Sweat again leading the team in RBIs in the 8 spot, 18 RBIs on 14 hits. Swings at the second pitch. It's elevated to the right center field gap. A long run, but too high, and center fielder will go over and make the play for out number 1.
Yeah, decent approach. Tyler driving it the other way. Just got a little too under it.
Brings up Mac Livingston. Struck out in his first at bat and had a fielder's choice ground out to the shortstop in his second at bat, but did end up scoring off of that. Ty was able to get on base and then scored on the RBI single from Austin Brown. Swings at the first off-speed pitch, fouls it off for strike 1. Top of the order up for Wasatch, who's been good so far today, scoring 3 of Wasatch's 4 runs. Another pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Moves count to 0-2. Livingston, the other run out of the 4 that Wasatch has scored here. The 0-2. Another hard one. It's going to be a high chopper up the middle. Tough play. It's going to be fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and in time, just barely. Nice play there from Steffiari, who comes in and back up to Clement, and Wasatch has 2 away.
I don't know if my eyes will ever be able to get it without instant replay, Tyler, but the homer goggles to me felt like he had that one. Felt like he had a beat. It's just so hard to see. You're looking at 2 places at one time, right? I mean, that's bang, 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 bang. Max, great hustle down the line. Good play at second base to get the ball over there and make it close.
Top of the order, Salmon 1 for 2 today with a walk, has scored twice. Singled to left field, grounded out to the pitcher, and then walked and scored. Trying to see if Wasatch can get something going with 2 outs again. The 2 runs they scored in the 4th coming with 2 outs. This one swung on. It's going to be a shallow fly ball to right field, but right fielder was able to come up and make the play easily, and Wasatch is retired in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're moving into the last inning with an 8-4 deficit for Wasatch.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 7th brought to you by Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. When your appliance is down to its final out, turn your drop ball into a touch 'em all at Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. And Ty, we're keeping them in business this year. We purchased a dishwasher within the last 18 months, a microwave within the last year, and then a fridge over spring break was our spring break gift to ourselves, make it an Easter gift. But Ty, they take such good care. No issues, and we should have just started with Heber Appliances, the bottom line, Ty. We should have started with them, and then maybe we wouldn't have had to make those purchases.
Yeah, Ty, you can give plenty of good recommendations now, it sounds like, after using them multiple times.
I joked that we might as well just get the range while we're at it, just make a matching set with all the things we're buying for our kitchen.
Well, maybe that'll be waiting for you when you get home, Tyler.
That one in there for strike 1. 1-1 now. Can't. No, and to be honest, Ty, to further that conversation and give Heber Appliance a shout-out, I brought it up, and the salesman's like, no, range is last, and so you don't need. So to their credit, they didn't try to sell me too much. They said, your range is going to be fine, just keep it up, and knowing of the financial situation of maybe save a couple $100 before you make that purchase.
It was nice to feel like you're going to be taken care of over there and not taken advantage of. Not used car salesmen, but instead they're just good people to take care of you.
2-2 the count here as we go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Mason Henry that'll lead it off. He's had himself a day. 2 for 3, did home run and a 2-out, 2 RBI double in his last 2 at-bats. Fills up the count at 3-2 as that one misses inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And fouled off his leg. And we'll reset with the 3-2 count.
Powerful swing, but a long swing, Tyler. It takes a while to get to the ball. And he is susceptible on that inner half of the plate if you can place a good fastball.
Another payoff pitch, and he rings him up on the inside corner. First strikeout of the game for Austin Brown. 7th strikeout of the game for Wasatch. Again, brought to you by Gravity Coalition. 2nd strikeout of the day also for Henry. And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Ryder Huntsman. Started on the mound for PG, still in the lineup. He's 0 for 2 today. Walked in his first at bat. Line out to left field on a good barrel. And he'll take one off the left arm. And gives Pleasant Grove another base runner. besides the first inning, Pleasant Grove has been able to put a guy on base in each of the innings, and each of those innings the base runner has come by way of freebie tie, whether it's been a walk or a hit by pitch. It's 9 now on the game.
That's the number Pleasant Grove gave to Wasatch, 9 freebies in the first matchup between these two teams.
It'll bring us to the number 8 hitter, Damon Banks, who's had himself a day. 2 for 3, has scored once. He'll take ball 1. And Coach McCoy wants to, I think what they're questioning is Huntsman had been subbed out to do the pitching thing, and so wondering where that's at, probably in the lineup side of things. Coach Henry had talked to the umpire in between innings on that one. (1-0). Misses outside. 2-0 now the count. Seen limited action from Brown over the last 2 years, right? See, you've seen him twice now, Ty. Lefty, which Wasatch doesn't have a lot of lefties on the mound. Wasatch can throw out there. You mentioned he's bringing a little bit more speed this time. This is going to be elevated to left center field. Should be an easy catch there for Eddie Bluth, who makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, it's a real nice weapon to have a left-handed arm that you can bring in that'll get outs for you, Tyler. But it's always this cat and mouse game of Austin's so good in center field that is it worth it to bring him in to put him on the mound? But I think you feel pretty good being able to put Colby out there in center that can run balls down, that it gives you more opportunity to use the left-handed arm from Brown to get outs.
And I think that's one of the conversations probably early on. Colby only a sophomore, and so when is the sophomore ready, right, to put out there to make some plays? And you have some JV games, and obviously he's earned that. He's also been speed-up running, which is part of that varsity level as well. That one misses high for ball 1 to the number 9 hitter, Page, who's 0 for 1 today. He's walked twice.
I already like the change I've seen, though, in Austin from game 1 at Pleasant Grove to game 2 here against Pleasant Grove.
Runner goes, throw down to second, not in time. A swipe of the bag there from Huntsman, and it's a 2-0 count to Page.
Yeah, Ty, and what I mean by the changes from Austin is he's just using a lot more of his upper body before and his hips, getting his hips into the pitch. The first game, there was just so much arm, and that glove hand was dropping down by the hip. It was just so much arm, and that can cause you arm and elbow issues.
This ball's going to be a slow roller, but it has eyes. No, a great job from Fowler. He's able to get it and keep it inside. Unfortunately, Royal had to go for it as well, so third baseman, runner at third rounded too far, but he scampers back to the bag. Braxton's fumbling. Braxton does a good job at diving and saving a run. It will be an infield single for Page.
Yeah, that's a really good job from Braxton. That does save you a run. It gives you another opportunity right here. Royal recognizing and trying to hustle back that the PG runner Huntsman had rounded third base and just heads up baseball all the way around. Made a good effort at it and then hustling back to third. See if Wasatch can make him pay and get this final out.
It's going to bring us to the top of the order for Steffieri. Has one at bat on the game today as a pinch hitter and has entered the game at second base. He walked in his first at bat. Comes up with runners on the corners with 2 outs. That pitch misses high. It's 2-0 the count.
You know, talking about Brown here on the mound, though, Tyler, I mean, he's so big. He's only a sophomore as well, right? I mean, we often forget that. So his pitching experience is very minimal when it comes to the varsity level, but such a good physical kid as only a sophomore that if you can get his mechanics all running properly, he should be able to record a lot of outs for Wasatch on the mound if they want to go that direction.
Pitches in there for a strike, moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Wasatch again trying to get out of the inning, keep this thing at a 4-run game as they go into the bottom of the 7th. Runner's going to go on the 2-1. Sweat's going to bobble. The runner's going to try to score. No, he scampers back to the bag. And it'll be runners on second and third and a 3-1 count here to the hitter. Dangerous part of the lineup coming up. It'll be Wolfgram, who will be on deck, who's walked his last 2 and has scored on his last 2 with his speed. Austin comes set, delivers the 3-1. That one's behind the runner, or the hitter. So another walk. That's 10 now on the day for the Wasatch pitching staff. We'll load the bases, and we'll bring up Wolfgram. The lefty sophomore catcher. Again, has scored twice. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in his first at bat, flew out to center field, and then has walked in his last 2. Watch some of these PG hitters, Ty. They have kind of a little, ceremony? Can we say that before they get into the box? Did you have anything like that when you were playing?
Routine. No, Tyler, it's a different time for us, right? You walk in, you find where the hole hasn't been dug out the worst in the box, and then try to go to work there. That's why I look at these kids now so envious on the turf, Tyler, because it really was you decided where to stand based on where the clay still was.
The coaches would tell you to scoot up in the box, but if you did, you were off balance. So you just stayed wherever you were
rolling your leg or wherever. So, no, you just get in the box and figure it out.
Pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count after the swing and miss.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going around with today's world, right, of not just the routines that all these kids do, but all the gear they bring up, between the shin protectors, the elbow guards, the oven mitts that they use to slide. I mean, they pack the house with them to home plate a little bit sometimes.
2 on the count. That one misses low and outside. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Pleasant Grove already leading 8-4, looking to add on to it. This one swung on and elevated to left field. Bluth going back. Can't come up with it. Pick him up, put him down. Extra bases, and this one's actually going to clear the bases. Wolfgram's in for a 2-out, 3 RBI double, and that's going to make the score 11-4.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts. That might be the nail in the coffin there, Tyler. First 3 innings, 0-0-0 on the board for Pleasant Grove, but the last 4, 3, 2, and 3 between the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. 7th inning still not over.
It's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Ibarra. 0 for 4 today. Struck out, strikeout, fly out, ground out. Still looking for his first hit of the day. Again, will come up with the runner on second. A speedy Wolfgram. Every time he's reached base, he's scored. Pitch is swung on. Ground ball to the second baseman. Salmon fields it on the run, throws it on the run to Tatton at first, and Wasatch is out of the inning. 3 runs come in on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner's left on base. 11-4 as we move into the bottom of the 7th.
Hungry for a mouth-watering, all-American comfort? Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden, as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 7th brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. Keep your vehicle road ready with trusted service from tires and oil changes to brakes and alignments. Big O Tires, total auto care. Here's a rarity, Ty. This is only the 3rd time this season that we have called a bottom of the 7th inning. Pineview, the walk-off bottom of the 7th. Tuesday, bottom of the 7th at Timpview, and then this one. Every other road game has ended in 5, other than the San Diego games. We didn't call those San Diego games, but all the other road games have ended in 5, and then Wasatch hasn't needed a bottom of the 7th in their home games.
Well, and did you mention the other Pleasant Grove game as well, right?
Oh,
they're
at
Pleasant Grove.
One.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's why you've taken off 2 of those 7-inning games.
Right. It's too long. I'm starving. I was telling you in between, like, I'm hungry.
Of course, I'm joking. Those that don't know, you're offensive football coordinator and had practice.
Yeah, 3-pitch strikeout there to Brown, who is having himself a good day, Ty. Hit by pitch, double, single, but he goes down on 3 straight pitches there. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Royal Matthews. Had a single and then a couple of ground outs to the pitcher. Comes up on the left-hand side. Anderson still on the mound. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. So 4 straight pitches here for Anderson, and that one misses. I don't know if you saw there was an immaculate inning thrown the other day, Ty, in the major leagues. 9 pitches and 3 strikeouts.
Who did that?
I can't remember. That would have required me to click on the link to read, and didn't do it.
Not going to get it this inning.
The 1-1, that one's going to be swung on and fouled into foul territory down the first base side. 1-2 now the count. The 1-2 wind-up delivery, and that one's going to be swung on, and it's going to be a slow roller to the first baseman. Kind of a tough one. He'll flip it to the first baseman who bobbled, and Royal will be safe at first base. So it was one of those just weird spinners you were talking about, Ty, and instead of taking it himself, he flipped it at the last moment. I don't think Anderson was ready.
No, his foot came off the bat. He had overrun it. Tyler didn't speed down and just ran right over the bag.
Second error of the day for Henry over at first base. His other one was against Fowler, who had a ground ball to first base that Fowler was able to reach. So Fowler today 0 for 1, had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat.
Yeah, Henry, Tyler, he's going to have a nice, bright future at the D1 level at Arizona State, but it's not going to be in the field or at the plate. He looks like he's already ready to just be a PO, doesn't he, over there? A couple of those plays are a little half-hearted, I guess is how you might say that.
That one fouled off, 0 for 1 here to Fowler. Second on the team with a .419 batting average coming in today, and 7 of 12 Ty in region play. He's been really good in the region games. That one's in there for a strike as well. 0-2 now the count.
If I can backtrack with Henry, though, looking at his stats on the mound, Tyler, oh my goodness, every time he starts, he's good for at least 12 strikeouts this year for the Vikings, and he's going up against some real good teams.
The 0-2. This one swung on, elevated to shallow. Center field actually carries further than I thought it would, Ty, and that's going to be settled underneath and caught for out number 2.
Yeah, there's been a couple balls like that have carried, Tyler, and the wind has died down entirely at this point. That 3-run double for Pleasant Grove in the top of the 7th felt that same way, just kind of kept carrying away from Eddie, who was trying to track it down. Wasatch going to have to get a lot done with 2 outs now.
We'll bring up Trevin Tatton. Tatton takes ball 1 on the inside. 0 for 3 today, but does have 1 RBI. Hit into a fielder's choice ground out to the third baseman in his last at-bat. 1-0 the count with Royal at first. Wasatch down to their final out. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Working out of the stretch, Anderson comes set. And delivers the 1-1. That one misses. 2-1 now the count. Back on the air tomorrow for our first lacrosse game in 2 weeks. Lacrosse taking 2 weeks off with spring break. They last played Alta, and they're going to be hosting Skyview tomorrow. That will be on teamhive.live. We'll have all the action for you here on 92.9 The Peak as well. Currently sitting just around that 10 spot, Ty, in the RPI standings. Their 6-2 record was, when you were off the air, Ty, volleyball number 1 in the RPI right now, 17-1.
Huge wins this week, Ty. Bingham and Bountiful, right? This is who they knocked off.
Bountiful number 2 in the RPI standings right now.
And Bingham was number 1 in 6A, Ty. They were undefeated, the only team that had beaten Wasatch on the season. Wasatch's lone loss to Bingham. And what that means is top team not only in 5A, but top team in the state here, Tyler, and your Wasatch Wasps boys volleyball team.
5-pitch walk. Tatton is able to reach base for the first time today. Actually reached base on the fielder's choice ground out, but he'll come up with runners on first and second. Will be Eddie Bluth, who's 0 for 3 today. Late kick delivery in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Crew Baxter on deck. Anderson doesn't like the sign, steps off the back, and will reset. Wasatch, a long way to go, down 11-4 here in the bottom of the 7th, and only 2 outs. Anderson sets, delivers, big swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 now the count. Pick off back to Royal at second base, not in time. From the catcher, pretty just quick move from Wolfgram. Royal did a good job of staying locked in, though.
Discipline from Anderson, too, to just let it go on by. That was right by the head. Didn't try to stab at it.
And Eddie's going to take a timeout. Taking a little too long. JV team on Tuesday tied down 10-1 going into the last inning and scored 12 runs with 2 outs and got the win. So it's possible, is what I'm saying. That 7 runs, JV saying piece of cake. 9 runs is what we came back on.
Like to see it.
It's a little bit different team than Tippew's JV. 0-2, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Wasatch loses 11-4. We'll take a quick break before moving into our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Wasatch falls to 10-5. We'll be back with the postgame show quickly after the break.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Wasatch falls 11-4 to Pleasant Grove. They drop to 3-1 in region play. Pleasant Grove improves to 3-1 in region play as the teams split the series here in Region 7 play. Postgame show brought to you by Postgame show brought to you by Timberline Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with helpful hardware, folks. Ty, throw it over to you for a quick game summary.
Yeah, Ty, this one looked good for Wasatch early on. Becker got the start, got 3 shutout innings in a row against Pleasant Grove. No runs in the first, second, or third. And Wasatch jumped on the Vikings early on. A couple hits in the first inning, and they scored 2 runs. And Wasatch had a 2-0 lead into the 4th inning, but that's when Pleasant Grove was able to turn it on. Tyler, 3 runs in the 4th. Wasatch responded, though, 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and they retook the lead at 4-3. But at that point, Wasatch bats totally shut down, Tyler. They'll end the game with only 5 hits, no more runs on the board. In Pleasant Grove, that's when their bats woke up. The Vikings scored 3 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 more in the 7th to take an 11-4 victory over Wasatch. Wasatch ends with 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors on the day. But they do lose their first region game of the year. 3-1 now are the Wasps in region play, 10-5 overall on the season. And look out, Pleasant Grove getting hot, Tyler. 3 straight wins in region play, 2 over number 1 Spanish Fork. Actually, number 2 Spanish Fork now. Maple Mountain's moved in front of them in the RPI. And the Dons getting a win over Wasatch, starting to roll up those standings, Ty.
That summary brought to you by Heber Appliance. We'll hand out a couple of Ty's trophies. We'll give our offensive player of the game to Austin Brown. 2 for 3 with an RBI, a double, and a single, and also scored a run as our offensive player of the game. And then defensive player of the game, I really like what Trevin Tatton might have had the play of the game, and it was the first play of the game. Ground ball to the backhand side, makes a great play, and is able to touch the bag, diving back to the bag to get Clement on the way to first. Those players brought to you by Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave. Back on the air tomorrow, Ty, for lacrosse, and then next week is a Spanish Fork where Wasatch is will be hosting and then traveling down to the returning state champs.
Yeah, Ty, kind of a busy week for Wasatch. They'll be home, on the road a couple times next week. So Spanish Fork on the road for one game. They'll have the Dons at home. And then back on the road, I believe.
Springville, right?
Springville, yeah, for baseball. Either way, I might have that mixed up. They may have Springville at home. But, Tyler, it's another busy week for baseball, as they'll have both the Dons and the Red Devils